I bet you're wondering what hacks that you've been doing that are completely outdated for 2024. We're gonna tell you today the top 3 hacks that we have used in the past that we think that you all should stop doing right now. I wanna preface this by saying that some of these things people still do, and it doesn't mean that you have to stop doing them, but I just want to let you guys know that there are better ways to do the things I'm about to show you. So let's get right into it. I've got 3 hacks that you all can throw in the trash can, get rid of, and replace them with something that's gonna work a little bit better. All right, this is the first one, y'all. Now, we have heard this hack 1,000 times, and it is take a piece of aluminum foil. So I've got our Reynolds wrap here, and what people are doing, and they've done this forever, and y'all, I've heard it. I know that it seems like maybe it would work, but what they say is to take your blade, take aluminum foil, and you're supposed to poke it into the aluminum foil, and it's supposed to sharpen your blade. Y'all, this does not sharpen your blade. It cleans your blade. So a lot of people are using this to sharpen their blades when in reality, you should just be replacing your blade entirely. If it's starting to get dull, you should just be taking your blade out and replacing it with a new one. Now, what I do recommend is purchasing some cutting blades that you can replace for a decent price. So these are cutting blades that we use from Amazon. I'm gonna link them below for you all so that you can just have them in your stash whenever you need a new blade. But y'all, sharpening your blade, it just doesn't work as well as you would think it would by putting it into the aluminum foil. I honestly don't know that it works at all. It does work great for cleaning your blade though. I will not say anything against that, but if your blade is not cutting well, your best bet is to just completely replace the blade. That doesn't mean you need to replace your housing. So you just need to replace your blade and you're good to go. All right, let's talk about hack number 2. Now this one, you guys cannot come for me. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. This is a hack that I think needs to go in 2024, and I will stand beside this. I will die on this hill. This is just what I believe. So right here is a really cute mug with some beautiful reflective vinyl on it that says, "What would Dolly do?" Now from far away, it may look fine. In the camera, it may look fine, but close up, it looks absolutely awful. And let me show you close up what this really looks like. Okay, can you all see the texture here? Does anyone want to take a guess what that's from? That is from Mod Podge. So we get questions all the time. More than most of the questions that we get is, how do you seal vinyl on mugs? Why aren't you sealing your vinyl on a mug? Why aren't you sealing your vinyl, period? Well, a lot of times people recommend to use Mod Podge. While Mod Podge is a really, really good sealant option, it's just not great on mugs and things of that nature. So even on here, like, it's gonna seal it in, but it's gonna look like that. And nobody wants a mug that looks like that. So I've got 2 options for you guys today. The first option is to use a high quality vinyl. When I say high quality vinyl, I mean a vinyl that is gonna seal and stay through the washes. Now we have done some videos and done wash tests on different adhesive vinyls. I will link that below for you guys as well if you wanna watch that video. We really tried out some vinyls there. We weed tested them, wash tested them, all of that. And the wash test was the big kicker for us. Most of them lasted through the dishwasher. There was very select few that didn't, and it was because they were a low quality vinyl. So we recommend brands like Starcraft, Caesar, and Oracal. Those are all really good brands for permanent adhesive vinyl. And if you're using a high quality vinyl, it's gonna stick to your mug. It's not gonna come up. You're not gonna have to worry about it peeling and things like that. Now, vinyl does, after time, it can sometimes start to peel and things like that. That's just the nature of vinyl. But with that in mind, I do have a sealant option that you could try out if you're wanting to try a sealant still. If you're like, I still don't trust it. I don't trust that my vinyl is gonna hold onto my mug. I need something just for that little bit of reassurance. And my recommendation is Maker's Magic. Now, We have been using Maker's Magic over the last year here at Maker's Gonna Learn, and y'all, this stuff is so good. It is beautiful. It cures so much faster than Mod Podge. Y'all, Mod Podge has like a 30-day cure time or something crazy. It's like a month. This is only 48 hours, okay? That's crazy. They have a gloss and they also have a matte finish that will be coming out soon. But this stuff is just so good. It's very similar in consistency to Mod Podge, but it just cures so much better. It's so much smoother when it cures. And honestly, we just swear by this stuff. It's so good. It comes from the makers of Scorch Marker, and I'm gonna put a link below for you all if you're curious about trying this out. And I'm also gonna put a video here for you guys to watch if you're curious on what it looks like compared to Mod Podge. And for the last one, so this is something in Design Space that they have fixed over time, and that is welding your fonts. So if you have not been in the Cricut game for a hot minute, if you kind of took a break, you haven't been in Design Space that much, used to, whenever you typed out a word, you would have to weld your fonts before you cut it. It typically was with script fonts where the letters where they would cross over each other at that intersection, it would have a slice mark. So I'm gonna show you in Design Space what you need to be doing instead. So I'm gonna show you in Design Space what it looked like before and how it looks now, because you don't typically have to weld your fonts anymore. I think before it was something that people started doing out of routine or out of habit because Design Space wouldn't do it for us, but now it does, which is amazing. So I'm gonna show you in Design Space what that would look like. All right, so over here in Design Space, I have typed out the word lovely using a font that typically I would have had to kern. Now, let's click on it. So this is Amber Light. This is one of the Maker's Gonna Learn fonts that we use very often. And I wanna zoom in to show you guys something. So do you see right here where the L meets the Y, the E meets the L, the V meets the E? There's all these little lines, okay? Typically, that would signify a cut line. Now, if this was old me and I was in old Design Space, what I would do is hit weld. Now the weld function is under the combine menu now. It used to just be right there on the bottom right of the layers panel, but you would hit this and then you can see those lines disappear. Now, while that's something I can do and then I can go to cut it and it won't cut those lines, I don't need to do that anymore. There's no reason for me to do that because I want to show you guys what happens whenever we go to make it. So I'm going to hit make and I want you to look at those intersections of those lines, and I can zoom in really close for you guys. Look, they go away on their own now. There's no lines, no cross section where these letters are going to be cut individually. So you're not needing to use that weld function. And I think a lot of us just got in the habit of doing it. Me personally, I did the same thing. And you really just don't have to do that anymore, which is amazing. Cricut updated and fixed that for us, which is incredible. So it just makes it a lot easier for you all that are working in Design Space, trying to get things done. It's one less step that you all have to worry about. All right, y'all, I would love to hear all of the hacks that are outdated in your opinion that you've been using for years that you no longer have to use. I feel like there are so many more out there, but these are just the top 3 that we feel like are totally just unnecessary and not even true anymore. Let us know in the comments what you all think about this video and what hacks that you're gonna be cutting out as well. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're interested in joining our membership, we're gonna put a link below where you can join a community of like-minded crafters and craft along with us all the time using our SVGs and our fonts. We can't wait to see you guys in the membership. If you like this video, make sure to click this one and we will see y'all over there.